Hashimoto, and I am back with PGO Cast Talks Tyson's Fate, the wedding dress, and Percabeth.
We can start things off. The last time I talked with you was before the dress. It was pre-dress, as we are now calling it.
Not pre-dress.
Exactly.
Yeah, I dug it out of shipwrecked cargo in the cave. Don't ask. I don't know how much time we have.
Go. Bye.
Yes? The dress keeps me safe. His eyesight's not so good.
You mean the monster who took you?
Polyphemus. He knows I'm here, but he thinks I'm a lady. Cyclops! It's okay.
How has the fan reaction been? I've seen so many TikTok edits. I've seen tweets about it. What has that been like for you?
It's been good. I think people like it, which...
Not the bromance together. Hold on. All we missing is Walker. That's
thing that I've been looking forward to doing since the day I signed on for this show. So more than anything, me getting to wear that dress was like probably one of the best days of my life.
Yeah, but...
I love that. Yes, his passion is just always so beautiful to see. Like, he really enjoys this character that he's playing.
Anything that fans maybe pointed out that maybe you were not expecting them to point out there, or maybe that you had thought, oh, I don't know if they would have caught on to that.
Okay.
I don't know about things that like I didn't think that they would notice. They're pretty observant. But I was excited to see what the reaction was going to be for Percy being the first on screen in the dress.
Oh.
It was a bit of a subversion. I think from what fans were expecting.
Oh, because I remember in a reaction I've done to it, they said that Percy and Grover were both supposed to be in the dress, but it ended up just being Grover. But in that first little snippet, like we just saw, Percy was wearing a dress, but it was for that short period of time. Is that what he's referencing? Okay.
And the reaction to it was really funny. So, yeah, I'm glad people liked it. It was a huge moment. So. Glad we did justice.
You're 29,
Yeah.
playing 13, but with like the mental age of
Okay, Tyson's 13. Someone told me he was 8, so he's 13. Okay.
8-ish.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about playing 13, but with like the mental age of 8-ish.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wait, it's 13 with the mental age of 8-ish. Okay, so do their mind develop slower than their body or something? Because how are you 13 and 8? The mind must be 8 years old, but the body's getting 13. Okay.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about getting into the physicality of Tyson.
Yeah, I mean, it was like this big process early on where we talked with our acting coach, Andrew McElroy, and I think all the emotional kind of and like heartfelt sensibilities of the kind of the inner character, I was pretty set forward coming into prep.
Yes.
But there was a lot of things around the physicality I wanted to talk through with them, and a lot of it had to do with the eye. Again, having one eye rather than two, depth perception changes, so I think there's a little bit of more of a carefulness in terms of how he walks, especially when things are kind of going really fast, when there's a lot of action. I mean, you're on a boat, the boat's kind of moving to a certain degree as well.
I just love hearing Daniel's perspective on his character that he plays, because it's like you can tell that he really knows his stuff. He knows what he's doing, and it's received so well, I believe, by others, because I've received it very well. It gives exactly what he's doing. Like, just the minor details he put into the character, we see it and we don't think twice about it, but it's like that adds so much to that character.
And so a lot of the kind of like the movement, especially in the action scenes, I felt like kind of transferred over into like the more kind of just like chill scenes as well.
Yeah.
And it was something that
Definitely
I wanted to be really careful that we didn't like, that we walked the line well, that it wouldn't become a caricature or too much of a comical kind of relief thing, but it was something where I think, again, he's like a kind of like a little like toddler to a degree.
I'm just the perfectionism of it all. Yes, because he explained that perfect. It didn't give goofy. It didn't give, oh my gosh, I'm so funny. Yeah, I just play a lot. I'm clumsy. It gave, I don't know nothing about the world. I'm innocent. I'm still learning. That's talent.
And so I wanted that to also be present as he's kind of finding his legs and his physicality.
Have you seen the reaction? Because I've seen at least a dozen comments saying Tyson is so baby girl.
Yeah.
Yes. Miss Baby Girl.
That's like for you.
Yeah.
Those definitely aren't my.
Bye. The bromance has begun.
Right, though, seeing the fans just react to your character in that way.
It's been amazing, because I think that's exactly how I read him in the original books, you know? And so to be able to kind of do him justice and to have them kind of see him the way I see him and to be able to kind of, all the things that I intended for them to receive it as they have it's been, I don't know, as an actor, it's everything you could hope for. And then as a fan of the books, it's also everything you could hope for. So, it's been super special. I'm so grateful to everybody who's been loving him so far. And I think as the season goes on, if you kind of love him so far, I think it just kind of compounds from there on.
Charlie, another character that people love.
Love. That's a strong word for him. Hold on. Do people love him? Let me know in the comments. I mean, I love what he provides to the story. Yes. What about the character?
Even though he has a
Love
little bit of a
or hate?
baddie turn this season,
Yeah.
people are really talking about episode 3 and all of what Luke was saying.
You know about the great prophecy, and you don't. See?
In this moment, was literally trying to divide Annabeth and Percy. What?
The truth. I actually don't want to know. Because you're smart, or because you're scared.
I'm wondering if you are having a hard time justifying what Luke is doing in the show, or do you agree? Because I think a lot of fans
Here we go.
of the
Why do they keep doing this to me? Why do I keep getting a video and they bring up Luke and they keep asking them, do you agree? It makes my antennas tingle and now I'm like, I'm gonna start going on a tangent. I don't want to do that.
book say that Luke is justified in what he's saying, but his execution is wrong. Do you find that to be true?
That's true.
I
yes,
do. I agree. I would have to agree with that. I think, yeah, his reasoning for what he's doing is very understandable. Like,
yes,
the gods are not good. They're not good. Like, and they're not great parents. And like,
I don't know if I want to use the word good because in their mind, they don't think they're doing anything bad. It's just the human perspective of it all. It's like we're thinking they're like terrible people, right? So I don't know if I want to use good. They're just terrible parents. We can use that term. Yes, terrible parents.
you know, especially for Luke, a lot of it is kind of
Well, Zeus isn't good though. Out of all of the ones I've seen, Zeus is the worst one.
personal for him. Like, he's just lived a rough life, and I think he's just
Yeah.
kind of the product of like
100%.
someone who has lived, who's just like been wronged over and over again. And he's
Yeah, so it is hard to blame him for that reason. That is true. I will have to say that. I guess people create a lot of these monsters nowadays, if you want to be honest, because of society. So it's like, do you really feel like they're an evil person, or do you want to blame society?
lost so many people that he's loved in his life, and so yeah, and that's the thing, is like it's all coming from a good place. Like, he truly just believes that what he's doing is right, and that's it's for the greater good. But yeah, it's like that's where it becomes a bit complicated, because yeah, he does go about it in some sketchy ways.
Exactly.
Some pretty unforgivable
Exactly.
ways.
Very unforgivable because, sir.
And I wouldn't say he's like a villain, but he does do villainous things, and yeah, it's
Yeah, he's not a villain.
you know, violence is never the answer. Violence is never.
Never.
The answer. And he
Thank
does,
you.
know,
Preach,
he's like-
preach.
he's willing to take down pretty much anyone in his path that's standing in his way, including the people he
You
loves.
care about. Exactly.
Which is pretty.
Sad.
Knowing that the Oracle presents
Hey,
itself
baddies. Yes, I love these outfits.
as someone that you dislike, and that Clarice
That's it. S is for saving hundreds with Liberty Mutual.
What's up, y'all? So Stitch Fix told me that if I don't get any compliments on my new fit, that I get my next fix for free. So let's put this.
sees herself as someone that you dislike, and that Clarice sees herself.
You shall sail the iron ship with warriors of bone. You shall find what you seek and make it your own.
I mean, what was your reaction to seeing that in the script, and then also to having to film that and know that
Yeah.
yourself is on the other side of this?
It's very telling and makes so much sense for Clarice and where she's at in her life at that point in the story. I remember reading it for the first time and being shocked. It was just a beautiful thing that they had written, and I was like, this is really gonna hit hard for everybody that watches it. I hope it did for you. But like, it was very, very intense. This entire season for her is very intense, but
Yeah.
it felt right.
Definitely.
It felt right because it hurt, if that makes any sense. Like, reading it, I was like, yikes. But like, you know, that means it did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah. Did you think at any point it might have been Aries, or maybe somebody else from the camp, or is that what you
Well,
thought?
You know, the discussion that we had around it was that the version of Clarice that's speaking to her is the daughter that she believes Aries always wanted. Like, that's what it was. Like, when we were filming the mystery scenes, I was embodying the version of Clarice that was actually accepted by Aries. So it's Aries coming down in Clarice's form, if that makes any sense.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
Clarice coming down in the form of Aries as the daughter that she believes he always
wants
wanted.
it to
We
be.
have to talk about Percy and Annabeth.
That's such an interesting perspective on it. Because, yeah, I was wondering, why was it Clarice that came in, not the Oracle herself? Because we usually see her. So it's like, that's interesting to know this backstory on it. Wow. And just add so much more depth into Clarice and why I love the character and just the growth of it all, and just seeing her journey. It's like, wow, that's crazy. And then Dior girl, you eat it up too.
She believes he always wanted.
We have to talk about Percy and Annabeth, because
Yes!
for a relationship that is supposed
Is
to be
the
a
Percabeth?
friendship, there's a lot of longing stares. What? For a
That part-
relationship that is supposed to be a friendship, there's a lot of longing stares.
That part. Clock that T. So what was said in the other previous video about we're not even close to person? Why does all these eyes going on? What's going on with the eyes?
What's going on here, Leah? Like,
Exactly, Miss
talk to us
Leah.
about that.
This. We just don't have a problem looking at each other, if that makes sense. You know how back then we used to say, like, oh my gosh, like, I can't look at you for like 15 seconds because, like, it just, like, we used to make that joke, but generally when we're in the mode and we're very focused, you can't take your eyes. Like, even with, like, filming with Luke, and, like, I'm trying to say, like, with the character name, just in case if anyone doesn't know real names, but, like, filming with Luke and Tyson and things, it's hard even with Tyson because I'm looking at him for a long time, but I kind of have to hate him.
Yeah.
So I generally, what he's saying, sometimes I want to, like, actually, like, look for a second, but then I'm like, wait, I'm supposed to hate him, so I'm like, this person again,
Okay.
I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. Like,
Yeah, I can't believe the Cyclops in my face with this one eye. What do you want? I don't like you. I get it.
I'm trying to find a way. I do understand that it says it's supposed to be a slow burn, but here's my little take on that. It's funny because no matter if I do a long stare, they're gonna be like, oh, Percabeth, like, look at him, look at each other. But then if I don't look at him, then it's gonna be like,
they can't even look at each
they
other.
can't-
There's someone
exactly.
left.
Yeah.
Wait, she's right. She's right. Some of the Percabeth stands do be a little crazy, girl, like that. Because Percy, like I said, the way I perceived them, my first initial reaction, it wasn't more so like, oh my gosh, Percy and Annabeth. More so like, oh, okay, I see something going on in the future. When they did make eye contact a lot, girl, it was intense. It was emotional. You felt the chemistry. That's what it is. Like I said, it's always the chemistry more than anything. Them looking at each other, girl, nobody's gonna pay attention to that. Them staring each other down, chemistry, connection. She could stare at Tyson like that, Grover like that, and it's gonna be like any other regular stare. It's just the subtlety in the eyes and the way they look at each other. They don't get it. They don't get it how we get it. And I feel like they do get it and they know exactly what they're doing. They're just playing cat and mouse games with us. We see it, girl.
Yeah, because they have crushes on each other. That's the funny part of it.
There's like a whole subsection of the internet that thinks that Walker uses a very specific voice when Percy is addressing Annabeth.
Okay, so don't tell me anymore.
What?
Don't tell me. I trust there's a good reason to stop me from leaving camp or going on the quest or whatever.
Is this something that you guys have talked about? Is this real? Are people catching on
Okay.
to something that isn't there?
I could kind of see that.
No, I genuinely think that there isn't, I mean, like, there isn't any other female that he would use it on. Like, you know, like, you gotta understand, like, for example, he wouldn't use it on Clarice because they are like
100%,
this, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't be like, hey, like, how do you think about
Yeah,
this?
the soft tone. I get what she's saying. Her perspective of things, she's saying is more so like a way of a guy talking to a girl in general that he thinks is beautiful or he cares for, has love for. You know, you talk with a more softer tone. You're not trying to be as stern, as cold to her, you know? So I get it. Because with Clarice, no, the tone is definitely different. It's bickering, simply.
Something. And if he does, I think you might see it honestly later on, like in like episode 4 or something, when she kind of needs it for a second. It's like he does pull that soft voice. I think that when it's with Annabeth, it's because it's someone that he can actually get along with.
Yeah.
For example, in the 3rd season, you'll see with Thalia, it's like they can't get along for such a long time, so that's why he uses a different voice.
Okay.
Also, why would he use it with Tyson and Grover?
No, true. But also, Percy in himself is just very emotional. He's a very emotional character, and he has a lot of passion and care for the things he does. So he does tend to speak in a softer tone when he cares about something. So I see what she means. It's not always going to be this Percabeth thing. Okay.
And all that, and actually he kind of does with Tyson when he's like when he's talking to Tyson and he's just like
He big bro. He has to be soft
like,
with
do
them.
monsters really go after you? You know what I mean? Like
it's a softer version of himself.
Exactly. So we do talk about what people think of it, but it's not something that we were like, okay, this is how you're gonna talk to me like this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
I think
okay,
it just runs like that. Yeah.
You guys just flow. Okay.
He's being sincere.
Yeah.
Next episode's going to be a big one for people who have read the book. Daniel, people are worried about Tyson.
Yep. I'm going to keep it there.
Okay.
But yeah. I mean, we'll see if he survives. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's a scary world out there, and in the sea of monsters, anything can happen. So
He was trying to spin no tea.
hopefully, fingers crossed, he comes out the other side. But we'll see. Yeah.
Are tears going to be shed, do we think?
I hope so. I hope that we've kind of built enough kind of emotional connection.
Which episode are they referring to? Episode 5?
To the boy, that if anything were to possibly happen, that tears could possibly be falling. But at the same time, hopefully, there's so much excitement around it too that it's also really, if anything were to possibly happen, that tears could possibly be falling. But at the same time, hopefully, there's so much excitement around it too that it's also a really fun episode as well.
Yeah.
It ends on such a good like cliffhanger.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I'm excited
Okay.
to see episode 4.
They refer to episode 4. Oh, I miss watching the cast. Oh, just the chemistry of it all, just the Percabeth of it all. I just love this cast so much. I love when they come on my screen, but I just love these videos in general. Like, I get so much more information every time I watch one of these videos, and it's not really spoilers either, so I don't mind it. It's a little bit just more backstory on these characters. I just learned so much more about them, and it just makes me love them more, honestly. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this reaction down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this reaction. That's all about the Q&A post. See you guys next one. Bye.